Hello, and welcome to another update video about FETCH.AI. So on the FET chart, we've seen another reaction to support, and the support area, is still holding here. This area between 131 and 142. Why is this support area important? Because it is the area for a wave 2 pullback in the white count. I shared with you a few days ago that this here looks a bit like a micro 5-wave pattern to the upside in white wave 1. With a wave 2 pullback to follow. As long as we're holding 131, the idea was that this can be called a 1-2 setup. I have to say the yellow count is possible, which indicates that we are setting up for further downside with a target initially at $1.18. But if you watched the previous video, then you know that this decline looks more like a 3-wave move down. And it would require a break below 131 to, let's say, confirm further the yellow scenario, which also shows a 1-2 setup. But it's important to understand the probabilities here. 1 second. Because in the yellow count, wave 1 down is a 3-wave move. And the move up actually was 5. So it indicates more like a bit of a bias to the long side. Of course, like with any analysis, there has to be an alternative and there has to be a clear pivot that distinguishes between these two scenarios, white and yellow. And the clear pivot is the 131 level. But I would also say already a break below that Thursday low that formed here around 134 would make the white count look quite strange. I mean, to be honest, I would already like to avoid a break below the last swing low from the 20th of the day, actually. That was the intraday low early today. At 137. So the fact that we are moving up quite strongly actually today could indicate that this is an internal third wave as labeled in the white count. And the 148 level or 1.485 is still a key breakout point. It's not really a breakout point, but it is the pivot to the upside that will confirm the white count further and make the yellow count, the 1-2 setup to the downside, less likely. Why is that the case? Because in the yellow count, where we can also identify a possible 1-2 setup to the downside, so wave 1 down, A, B, C, and wave 2, that wave 2 shouldn't break above 1.485, at least not sustain above it. And as I said, the wave 1 down is only in 3 waves, so it doesn't give us very, very clear probabilities here. Very, very important to understand that. So overall, if this now is the white count, I would like to see that third wave take us to 162 next, then 169. But really, and that's just based on standard Fibonacci extension targets and guidelines, really that third wave should take us to 174 as a first ideal, because it's the first ideal target for a third wave for that 138% extension. So that should give you all the key levels, obviously also the next target for the bulls. And from a bearish point of view, you also know now which levels need to be broken in order to confirm further that yellow scenario to the downside. Before we go and finish the video, let's zoom out a little bit. Take a quick look at overall bigger picture targets, the scenarios, Because if we zoom out further, you see that this is really just the start. And overall, when we go to the daily chart, we can see that the market still has a chance to fill in all 5 waves in this cycle. After a B wave bottomed in 2022, I'm tracking still the white scenario where we have a wave 1, a wave 2 already complete. The third wave completed likely when the market hit this 341 level in March. Then we had a wave 4, but we could be in this 5th wave that can take us to 485, 622, or 871, depending on how favorable the conditions are as well in the crypto sector. But overall, I'd say minimally the next FIB extension target should be reached in that 5th wave. That's at 485. Better would be 622. And important is obviously that the relevant support levels are holding, which I present to you, because if they don't, then this outlook becomes less likely. For now, I'm tracking here this white count, which allows for direct upside. Okay, if we break below those levels that I mentioned, we still have a chance to attempt a rally later, because in the white count, the idea is that a B wave bottomed on the 10th of October, and the C wave to the upside has started now. But in the yellow count, we might just see a marginally lower low before that rally starts. That's the update about FETCH.AI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.